welcome! We are live playing Tomb Raider for the first time in flippin' ages. Because I went on holiday, and then when I came back, a bunch of people did an interview on Piers Morgan that I had to live react to because, sorry guys, those live streams performed really well for me, so... But now, we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. Tonight, we're doing Tomb Raider, the deck. We'll see if I make it through the entire level in one night. I'm doubtful. I did prepare for this lecture by watching a bit of a run-through on YouTube so that I kind of, A, remember where I left off, and B, don't just stumble right at the gate, because that really throws me. Hopefully this live stream goes a bit better than it has my last two, because my last two live streams that I did, I managed to intentionally mute myself and not realize it for like a few minutes, and the chat was yelling at me that I'm muted. And so hopefully I won't do that again. The third time is not the charm today, but I think I'm usually pretty okay with that. Let me know if the audio levels are sounding okay for you guys. I'm happy to adjust anything. If you're new, hi, my name is Rachel. I'm an archaeologist. I run Inside Archaeology, and I also like video games, but I never had a PlayStation growing up. So when the Remastered Tomb Raider games came out, because I do love Tomb Raider, I really enjoyed like the latest trilogy of games, I thought, hey, this is a fun way to engage with my audience. So this is what we do basically every week, alternating Sundays and Mondays. I play Tomb Raider and answer your questions about archaeology if I have time and brain space, and yeah, hopefully I remember to save instead of load, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes, I guess. I'm almost at 35,000 subscribers, guys. That is insane, considering that like around this time last year, I think I was at like maybe 8 or 9. I reached 10,000 just in December, and then I went viral and things have taken off. So like, it's insane how many people are now watching my channel, which I'm very, very grateful for, because it's allowing me, when I go back to work in basically 2 weeks, to go back part-time. So YouTube is actually giving me more than just a pittance amount of money, which is really great. But it also means that I'm trying to go on an upward trajectory with this still. So any likes, subscribes, shares, etc., really, really appreciate it. There's a bunch of stuff on your screens that'll cycle through as well. I have a Redbubble shop with some archaeology merchandise designs that I've made myself, and I've uploaded there. So if you're looking for, if you just even give it a few minutes glance, that's appreciated. I'm also actually thinking, and let me know what you think, guys, of this. I'm conflicted, because on one hand, Amazon, morally, do I really want to? I mean, my husband keeps Amazon delivery drivers employed with the amount that he orders. But what I was thinking of doing was basically making, like, you know how all the influencers now have like an Amazon storefront? So in my regular videos, if you've seen them, I usually film them against my bookcase, which has my archaeology textbooks and then a bunch of my actual books that I read, because I love fantasy sci-fi fiction. So I was thinking of making, and I got comments on it quite a bit, so I was thinking of making like an Amazon storefront and like making a list of everything that's on my bookshelf in case anybody wants to buy it. Is that something that you guys think people would be interested in? Let me know in the chat. You guys are kind of like my my test audience sometimes for things. I always like to kind of engage and throw out new ideas and stuff. I'll stop waffling in 2 seconds. The only other thing I want to mention is I have bought a new microphone, so I'm really hoping that my next video I stop getting comments about my sound. But I probably still would get comments about my sound, because I'm sure half of it's editing, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, welcome everybody. I hope you're having a good start to your week. Let's dig in to Tomb Raider. Alright, so I believe before We finished last time. Oh, no, I didn't kill them. Damn it. Okay. I don't remember any of my controls, and I think that that's going to be to my detriment because there's 2 guys killing me, but don't worry. I'm gonna go up here. Run! Oh, crap! I might have to restart this. No! I hate this. This is not how I like to start my day. Okay, they're all dead. And I have no health left. Oh, but I have 1 med pack. I'll use that. Now that I've murdered everyone. Ooh, Uzi clips. I'll take those, thank you. Once you make your 5th or 6th, yeah, I wish. It would be so cool if I could do that. Like, I would love to have... I mean, I would love to have YouTube as my full-time... Well, maybe YouTube is the wrong way of saying it. Like, education, making videos, and content creation. I would love for that to be my full-time job. But I know that there are a lot of people that think the same as me. And, you know, just because that's what I want doesn't mean it's a guarantee. But I am trying to put the work in. Like, you know, I've got some videos coming up. Does anybody want... Anybody want to tell me your opinion? Okay, how do I jump again? Why is my... Okay. Anybody want a preview of some of the ideas that I've had for videos to make, to tell me what you think, if you think that they would be interesting for you to watch? Let me know in the chat. I don't want to give too much away because, you know, I feel like it's nice to kind of keep some things mysterious, but can you tell that this is the bit that I watched the YouTuber do? Uzis. Where shall she when she dies? Oh. There's shotguns. Rude. Does this go anywhere? This isn't... I'll maybe come back here in a minute. Because the tutorial that I totally followed... I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched a couple minutes, just, like I said, to give myself a bit of a... Oh, what's this? Head start. Because this level is really complicated, so... Or so I have been told. Ouch! That was rude. And now I have to redo all of that. Oh. Well, at least I know what I'm doing now. Oh, Bonafide. That actually reminds me that I need to... I had somebody reach out to me about a game that they've released that's more aimed at, like, kids than adults, but it's like, I think it's set in Pompeii. And I have a Steam key. So I actually need to play that in, like, the next couple days. I'll have a play maybe tomorrow while I'm... Just because they've given me a Steam key, so I'm going to check it out, and then I'll include it in Archaeology News. I won't say the name because I think it's on an embargo until, like, the end of July. But, yeah, it looked pretty cool. Like, the pitch that they sent me in an email was nice. It sounded like it was interesting. I need full health for this drop. Is that why there's a med kit there? Well, I'm also this game and its stinginess with med kits. Broch and wee stone tennis ball things. You mean like the ones that are like carved? William. I also previously, what was it? One of the other games that I used to play, and I've played on the channel quite a bit before, Tomb Raider, because Tomb Raider just gets more people watching. Was Pharaoh, which was a city building game, and there's some game developers, I can't remember exactly where they're from, but they made a game called Nebuchadnezzar, which is like Pharaoh, but set in Mesopotamia, and it's got all these campaigns. It's set throughout like the history of Mesopotamia and stuff, and I actually really enjoyed playing it. It was more complicated. It was less easy to hack than Pharaoh, because you had to design where people walked, rather than whoa! Okay. So, gotta kill the sharks first, clearly. I think I'm going to use the pistols for that. Those are not the pistols. Bad sea creature. Irving Finkel, there's an archaeologist called, on Instagram, Archaeologist Teacup. I've interviewed her on the channel. Her first name is Matilda. Her name is Matilda Siebrecht. And she does a lot of like experimental archaeology, but her like area of expertise is Scottish archaeology, and she really loves, like, her favorite artifact is those like carved stone balls that we have no idea what they are, or what purpose they were used for, etc., etc. So if you want to learn more about those stone balls, I would reach out to her. I think she was actually just in Scotland and was like posting about seeing them in like the National Museum of Scotland. So yes, talk to Matilda. I died 18 times in a minute. This game is hard. Like, I would actually love, like, to collab, like, you know, in my, like, amongst all of my ideas for things to do with archaeology, one of the things is obviously, an archaeology-themed video game. But I would do, like, a, Stardew Valley. Anybody else here a Stardew Valley aficionado like myself? I love Stardew Valley. It's like a comfort game for me. Whoa! The shark has followed me around. Run away, run away, run away. Can I get up here? Please? Please let me up. Please let me up. Please get up, Laura. Get up, get up, get up. No, oh gosh, I'm gonna die. No! Run away, run away, run away! Or swim away, I guess. Okay, where do I go? I can't, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? No, leave me alone! Ah! Found it. Okay. Ha. No, there's a barracuda. Okay. Let's get out, get out. Lara, get out of the water. Get out, get out, get out, get out. Cripes. Oh, he followed me in there and then he went away. Rude. Oh, that's... Yeah. I mean, my very first, like, significant find that I ever made was something that I thought was a pretty rock, and it turns out it was a glass, I think Ottoman period glass bracelet. So... Oh, okay, we're back here again. Okay, now we can go up this bit. We can investigate up here. Do I have to go up again? Ah, yes, I do. Oh my gosh. As I learned from watching the person who is actually good at this game playing online, you just constantly have your guns out. Which maybe will mean that I'm getting killed less often by all the bad guys. I am climbing up a lot here. Okay. How much? Okay. We've now reached the end of where I watched the video from, so... I don't... You're saying health. I don't have any medkits. This is how I played the last level too. I just spent the whole time at like 0 health. Secondhand, can you imagine what my non-secondhand anxiety is watching this? Alright, let's have a looky-loo here. Okay, so I feel like... going over here... I don't think I've been up this bit before. Ooh. Okay, there's something over there. Is there something over here? No. Alright, well I guess I have to go down and get that thing. Way to announce to everybody that you're there, Lara. Jeez. Alright, let's run around with our guns out. Sun's not out, guns out. It's a riff on a very popular... wait, no. Why am I explaining this to people? No, Shotman! No, 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 no! Bullets. Did I save? Yeah, I did. Okay. That wasn't smart, was it? This is not going to go well for me, is it? I wonder if I shoot him with a shotgun. I've got 13. Somebody better drop me maybe I'll try going the other way. What? These guys are so stingy! Like, give a girl a med kit, cripes. Okay, well, at least you only have a wrench, so... Yeah, I've heard of Keeley Hawes before. I've seen her in a couple different films, actually. I do believe, unless I'm incorrect, has anybody here watched the original Death at a Funeral? One of my favorite British comedy films I've ever watched. Can recommend. I think, was it Eddie Murphy? Was it Eddie Murphy? No. Someone did an American version. Grenades. Save after every kill. Okay, well, I think I've done that, so. Da-da-da. Alright, so I'm up here. I should probably have these out. Okay, I'm just going to do my little... Have I been there before? No. Oh, okay, so I'm upstairs now. Right, well, there's something in that pool. Ooh, what's over here? No clips. I'll take that. Thank you very much. I don't really know what else there is here. Well, there's this box. I probably have to do something with that box, so... How did he get up? How did this guy get up there? Jeez. Hi, Mr. Glass. Welcome, welcome. I wonder if I can get up top. I'm gonna just try. Probably not. Oh, no. Okay. Guess it's down to the pool we go. Keep these guys out. Yeah, there's a barracuda in the pool, guys. I'm not going in there if there's a barracuda. Goon around here. Ah, there's... Whoa! Where is he? Is he behind me? What the actual... commentary. Probably. I don't know. My commentary... She probably has a much posher, interesting things to think about than I do, than what I have to say, but... Where's this other guy? I can hear you, but I can't see you. Where did you go? Ah, that's where he is. Right. Where's this guy running around? Come on. Okay. Alright, so I've successfully eliminated just about everybody. Hopefully, for now. Okay. So, there's clearly a door in the pool. Oh my gosh! Not again! I bet you none of these guys have med packs. Whiskey Tango, the actual foxtrot. That is an excellent, excellent expletive. Okay, I'm gonna go get those clips. I really wish somebody would drop a med pack. I could really use one of those right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you're gonna cause me so much bother, you could at least do me the courtesy of having a useful thing to pick up once I kill you. But no. No. Rude. Right. What's behind crate number 1? Nothing except more clips. No medpacks. Or, actually, what are those? Yeah, I still only have one interesting key. Okay. Can I get back up here? Is the question. Probably not. Do I want to go down there? Oh, there's a crate. That guy doesn't have anything useful. It does not look like there's anything useful on that side. But if I go down on this side, there's yet another crate. But maybe there's something under that crate. Let's just go make sure that I can't get in this door. Whatever it is. Oh! No! Ugh, man. Okay, how am I gonna do this without dying? Up, up, up! Get out, get out, get out, get out the pool, Laura! Where is Jean when we need him? So if you're new here, there's usually Jean Lafayette is the username of the person who has clearly played this game a couple times before and is always, ooh, secret, always my cheat sheet. Whenever I'm like, is this a stupid idea? Should I be doing this or not? He steers me straight. Okay. I actually just wanted the, did I not get is this like an infinite? Oh no, because I didn't get those last time, did I? I didn't save after I got those. I'll have to go get the other ones again. So tedious. What was I saying? Oh, I watched Uncharted with Tom Holland. That's his name. I keep on wanting to say Hiddlested. Is that the guy who plays Loki? Like there's too many famous Toms from Britain. So yeah, I keep on thinking it's him. Tom Holland. I keep on forgetting his name. So yeah, I watched Uncharted, the movie with Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg this weekend in anticipation of going to speak about the movie on a podcast I've been invited on. And that movie is bad. That is a bad movie. That is painful to watch. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was just like, oh my gosh. Okay, is there anything behind this? No. Okay, so it's useless. Unless it's my only way back up top. Although I feel like... yeah, well, see, I've only ever played a very small amount of the Uncharted games because they released them for free on PS4 during the pandemic, and I was like, oh, I've never played these, I'll give them a try. Just wasn't really my cup of tea. I didn't particularly enjoy the game that I played. And yeah, that movie is painfully bad. Like, I've not really seen Tom Holland in much. I've probably seen him in one or two of the Avengers movies, but I'm so sick of superhero movies. I do not watch them anymore. So, I actually, what was it? So, having never played Uncharted, I can't remember how long ago, but it was like a while back. There was like a fan-made film that was like 10 minutes where they had Nathan Fillion playing Nathan Drake, and like having played a little bit of the game and also, you know, like Captain Mal, of course. I think Nathan Fillion was, I mean, maybe he's too old now, because I heard actually that Mark Wahlberg wanted to be Nathan Drake when his production company originally bought the rights to the film, but he's now too old to play the character or something. So that's why he's the mentor figure or whatever, the Merlin. But anyway, so maybe Nathan Fillion is now too old, and this film is like, the fan film was from a while back, but like, he would have been perfect in that role, I think. I also totally, despite not having played the games, totally picked out the cameo from Nathan Drake's official voice actor from the games, because it is horrifically obvious. I don't know who they were trying, like, obviously those things are like fan service and stuff for the game, but like, you know, it's a callback and stuff like that for fans, but I was just like, this is so, it was painful, that reference, in my opinion. But yeah, I just like Tom Holland. I don't know, he was maybe concentrating too hard on his American accent, which you would think he would have down, having played freaking Spider-Man for God knows how long, but he just spent the whole time with his mouth like this, like looking really sullen and stuff, and I was just like, this guy has no, like, this character has no character. He is just like so, I don't know, bland. It's just, yeah, ridiculous. Or even if you had, like, Nathan Drake as a bit, like, instead of having to be, like, in his prime with an origin story, you could have had, like, an older character, I think. I don't know. I get the impression that Nathan Drake is supposed to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, fans of the game, he's supposed to be, like, a, you know, rogue, rake kind of, like, figure. And so... and he's supposed to be witty and have all these jibes and etc., like, which is, again, perfect for Nathan Fillion. He is really good. Like, that is Captain Mal as a character. And he just, yeah, like, there was no charisma, there was no wit, there was just like, it was painfully unfunny. The banter they tried to make happen between Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland was just like, again, it was just painful. Although not as painful as the Apple's Fountain of Youth. Oh my god, that was... Okay, I'm just pushing this box around. Yeah, he's 30, but he doesn't look like he's 30. He still looks like he's a teenager. They could have at least let him try to, like, I don't know, grow some facial hair or something to make himself look slightly more mature. There we go. Finally. It's taken ages. I watched Fountain of Youth with John Krasinski and Natalie Portman, which is once again an attempt to make like Indiana Jones, the Mummy, National Treasure-esque film, and like launch some nice new franchise. Thank God it bombed at whatever. I don't even know if it got released in theaters. I think it just got released on Apple TV because it was bad. Uncharted was bad. Fountain of Youth was like so much worse. It like no chemistry. The plot made no sense. There was a line. There's a character that's clearly meant to be a bit of a romantic interest for Natalie Portman, and she's flirting with him, and she's like, I wouldn't expect something like that out of somebody wearing houndstooth. And I was just like, oh my god, can you not say that, please? It was painfully bad. Okay, I'm just running around this place now. I'm gonna consult my, my cheat sheet. I got the secret. Fine. Give a moment of thanks that you don't work for Marco Bortoli, guarding a statue in a swimming pool at the bottom of the ocean. Movable crate. What kills? Okay. Oh, I have to go onto the overturned hull. Oh, I kind of thought I might have to do that, but no. Okay, well, I don't want to kill myself, so I'm gonna have to take the safe way down. So I watched Fountain of Youth with an eye to like be doing an Archaeologist reviews, and I literally can't find time to really fit it into my schedule because it's so bad. Like, and I'm just watching it, and I'm like, nobody's gonna watch this. I have lots of ideas for other videos that I think are gonna have a much higher view count than a review of this like incredibly bad movie, that it is trying to be something and failing spectacularly badly at it. Like, oh gosh, I feel like, yeah. And John Krasinski, I don't know, I feel like he's done that thing, that cardinal sin in modern day society where he's a bit like overexposed. Like, he's too much in love with his wife, Emily Blunt. Their relationship is too perfect. He's in everything. I actually really liked him in that like spy series that he did on Amazon. That's The Novelist. I can't remember what the character's name is, but I do believe he is a character that has been played by Tom Cruise before, and they're rebooting the series. He's a CIA agent. Really enjoyed the first season of that, actually, with John Krasinski in it. Oh. Oh, there's another secret. I'm not gonna go for it. It's fine. Is this moderated? I ran past the door. But there weren't any doors to put keys into. My cheat sheet says to go here, so that's what I'm going to do. Go on the hull. Sean's not here today, for which I am sad. No offense. So I'm just going to have to do it this way. No, my chat is not currently moderated, but there's not an invitation to abuse the fact that it's not moderated, please. Please don't do that to me. I don't want, not that I don't want to have to get moderators. I'm sure that there are people who regularly watch my channel who would probably help me out with that. But now where am I going? I don't... am I going to that bit over there? I must be. Ah, okay. I have a theory to what's about to happen here. Haha. Yeah, I'm not quite at the level or making the kind of content where I tend to get the kind of comments that need moderating. So let's keep that trend going, guys. I would really like to not have to, I would really like it if this remained the kind of place that's so untoxic that I don't need to have a moderator. Whee! Okay. Okay. Where do I go now? Up here, presumably. Am I just going back to where I was before because I'm going to be really ticked off? Oh, platforming, great. My least skillied bit. This is where the fact that I'm playing with a 20-year-old, not 20-year-old, decade-old at least, Xbox controller is probably going to shoot me in the proverbial butt. I quite like all my people in my chat. I feel like we've built quite a nice little community here of people that just come along and we play. And occasionally you give me hints. And occasionally you ask me questions about archaeology. I do my best to answer them. And we all get along, which is nice. No! Okay, well, at least I didn't go all the way back to the beginning. Should have learned my lesson, and saved. Oh well. Okay, let's just do this again for the 50th time. You do it. I hear so many good things about Tomb Raider 4, but I have to make it through this game and Tomb Raider 3 before I can get there. And I feel like it's such a slog. I'm just I can't wait. But the perfectionist in me is I have to finish the other games first. So at least we're on level 10 out of, I think, 18 or 17 or 18. So I'm over halfway. Oh, thank God, one of them has a med pack. Finally! One of you isn't completely useless.
Uh-huh.
I'm happy to do more archaeology info. You guys just have to ask me the questions. I can't... It's hard for me to think on the go and provide the archaeology tidbits spontaneously. But I will say, never come across a upturned hull in an underwater sea cave in a boat this big. I think shipwrecks like this don't exist in real life. Speaking of which, Uncharted, what they did with the boat at the end. Oh my gosh, I was raging. All that and you just let it sink to the bottom of the ocean. Ugh, what a waste. Whee, okay. Oh. Now, should I be going down there or should I be going all the way around? Nope. I think they spaced out the med packs to give me anxiety too. It is rude how threadbare they are in this game. Oh, there's mag clips. Oh, what's in here? Da, 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 da. More doors. Okay, well. No! What are you doing, girl? Oh, also, in case you were on my latest stream last week for Ask an Archaeologist Day, I had thought I hadn't really clocked that, like how I had like a Google Meet going. But I hadn't clocked that muting myself on Google Meet wouldn't mute myself in the live stream. And I thought I was muted, and I wasn't, and my baby was stirring, and she was like crying and screaming, and people could hear it on the chat, and they were just like, I was getting all these messages like, what is that? What is that screaming? Like, what is this? What animal are you murdering? Or somebody was like, is that Graham Hancock calling in to whine about how archaeologists are so mean to him and stuff? I was creasing myself. I felt bad, but it was quite funny. No, it was just the baby. I had thought I had felt her first tooth coming through. But upon further inspection in the past couple days, it does not appear to be there, but I'm fine. The longer she takes to teeth, the better for me. It's just nice when people have a question relevant to the game. That would be really cool to have a game where you have to figure out why the heck... Oh, that would be great. Or, well, not necessarily, or like something about the Hyksos. Like that involves them. That's about solving a real archaeological mystery. It's actually a video that I am kind of like... I don't know if the word scripting is correct, but that I'm kind of planning at the moment is I had a brain... idea brainstorm the other day of like doing a video on like major archaeological finds we've not made yet, but like we know they're out there, like the tomb of Alexander the Great, or a couple of their like cities and stuff. So I'm thinking I might leave that until like the end of the year, because I feel like that would be a good companion to my 2024 like best discoveries of 2025, and then having like things that we haven't found yet as a video, I think would be interesting. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Please tell me I have found the key for this. Oh, thank goodness we don't have her. No, that didn't work. It Was a Shit Show did a great podcast on the episode on the Uncharted movie. Well, I'm going to do a bit of research on it because it wasn't really like my area of expertise that they were looking at, but it was interesting. Here's a question that I was thinking of asking on your Friday stream, but didn't. Is there a historical myth that you enjoy thinking about and would like to be some truth to it? I have to think about. I mean, it would be cool if Atlantis was real. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh, drat. It would be cool if Atlantis was real. I would like to know the real story of what happened at Troy. I would like, not that we will ever know for sure, but, yeah, it would be cool to know the actual conflict and what actually happened, if it actually happened at, Hisarlik, Troy, whatever you want to call it, to spawn that myth. I think that would be cool to know that. Oh my gosh, Lara. Atlantis actually comes from a philosopher's book and is largely regarded as being like an allegory and not a real place because it was never mentioned before that philosopher wrote about it, and there is no physical evidence anywhere that matches it. But you believe what you want to believe. Okay. And save. There's mention of the city. I think it's called Ilia. That's why it's called the Iliad. But there's mention of the site that we know that we call Troy in Hittite sources. I actually read an article about this a couple months ago. I can't remember exactly what the article said, but the site was occupied. The site was real. It's just and I'm not sure what's that article. I'm gonna look it up. Remind me at the end of the stream to look up this new source, Hittite source, that might mention what was actually the Battle of Troy, and or if it just mentions the city itself. How am I doing, guys who've played the game? How far am I through this level? Am I halfway? Am I 3/4 of the way? Am I not even close to the way? I would like to know. We're almost an hour into the stream, and I usually do them for an hour and a half, so... Oh. Why can't I get up? I would like to get up, please. Oh, that's dumb. How long would it take for me to swim to Atlantis? I'm almost done. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I feel like maybe I'm not in the right spot. Alright, let's... Oh, maybe I have to go there. I mean, there's no physical evidence that Atlantis existed, and there's no reference to it prior to it being mentioned in a philosophical person's work, so... I mean, if you want to take... he wasn't a historian, he wasn't writing history, he was a philosopher, so... I don't know, take from that what you will, I guess. Some people, I think it was one of the people in my live stream was just saying... Or I was reading it somewhere, it's just some people just don't want to be convinced. Or, oh no, it was a cartoon I saw today on Facebook. That was like, it's like somebody being like, I don't want you to correct, it's like, I don't want you to correct me, I want you to be wrong. It's like, I don't want you to convince me that you're right, I want you to be wrong, which I think really, it does a really good job of personifying how a lot of, like, academic discourse and how a lot of people operate nowadays. Is like, I don't care if you're right, I just want you to be wrong. I don't want to be convinced that of the other side of the argument. Okay, find the metal box to the cave on the left. Follow the low stone step. Oh, well, that is not obvious. If I hadn't checked that, I would be running around here forever. Okay, save. I'm gonna have to find I'm gonna find that cartoon because I thought it was really funny when I read it. I was just like, oh, that exactly symbolizes to me, like, how people operate nowadays. So many people in my comments nowadays just, like, operate and how they feel about things. It's just like, I don't care if you're right. I just want you to be wrong. Where is it? Ah, here. Okay. I'm gonna leave it up and then I'll show it at the end of the, yeah, so I'll show it at the end of the live stream. And I will post it on Instagram. But yeah, I'll show it at the end of the live stream. Okay. Enough waffling, Rachel. Don't fall through. Oh! Do fall through the ceiling. Boop. All right. Uh-huh. Now, what do I use this key for? Let's just check. Where am I going now? I don't want extra grenades, so I don't need the secret. Oh, okay. So, I've got to make my way down to the bottom. Well, that was probably dumb. Oh well. Okay, I already falling. Can't prove a negative, so they win, right? Yeah, proving it. Oh man, proving a negative. Prove to me that it doesn't exist. Okay, prove to me that you're not an alien then. Like, prove to me that it does exist outside of historical texts. Well, it's not even historical texts, because that's confusing. Like, prove to me that it exists outside of a philosopher's text that he's written about it. I It would be cool if it was real. I'm not saying that that wouldn't be awesome and amazing. It's just there's no evidence for it. Can I shoot these guys? I would like to shoot them first. I have better range with this one. Okay, I've killed one. Other one's gonna run around. Let's wait for him to come back. That was an interesting death sound. I've actually managed to kill this guy. Sweet! So yeah, no people. We've talked about this many times. Lara's PPE is would not be acceptable on any archaeological site. Whee! Okay, now we're gonna slide. Whee! Whee! Oops. That's not where I'm going, is it? No. I need somewhere for this key. People just, I don't know, think that ancient people didn't do metaphors. I don't know. That seems to be that's the impression that I get, is people think that in antiquity they didn't do metaphors and everything that they wrote about was literal. I don't know. Yes. I agree. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. Ooh, is this pretty? Oh, this is very nice. We did it! Woohoo! Yes! 2 secrets. Thank you! Okay. I'm still on this stupid boat, though. Oh, we have a cutscene! Does this mean no more boat? That is a braid made out of Play-Doh if I ever saw one. Oh, she's magically changed. No more boat. I'm so glad that we're not on this stupid boat anymore. Now where are we going? There's no, like, voiceover, like... I don't know. Oh. Uh-oh. Plane crash. That is very lucky for her that those came off. Great timing, Lara. Aren't you a bit chilly? Ooh, print screen. Crap. Well, I'll have to print screen that for my next live stream. Where are we now? What's the Tibetan foothills? Oh, that's exciting. Oh, big bird. Oh, is the bird gonna attack me? Oh, are we adding vultures onto like the list of birds that of animals that I have to kill, or eagles? That's upsetting. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Right, well, I'm going to leave that for Tomb Raider, but I'm going to, before I go, oh, I didn't realize I had done that. Before I go, I'm going to see if I can show you first this. What was the other thing I was going to look up? What was the other thing I was going to look up, guys? I can't remember. This is what happens when you have a baby. I can't remember anything until I write it down. It's ridiculous. I don't remember. Well, somebody might remember. Tomb Raider 2, level 2. Google Chrome. But I pulled this out. Cancel. Facebook. I'm just trying to get this image somewhere where people can see it. And if somebody in the chat can remind me what I was supposed to look up at the end of this, I would appreciate it. Paint. Okay. Let's see. Ah! Just made my streaming thing very big. And we'll turn Tomb Raider off. Okay, not see it. Oh, that's why. Yeah, this is the comic that I saw earlier that I thought was hilarious. Source? Here you go. I don't want a source. I want you to be wrong. That's how I feel like all of my comments from people trying to prove that there's things on the pyramids and stuff like that, or people who are like, there's no evidence that the pyramids were a tomb, blah, 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 blah. This is now what I'm going to think of every single time people comment that at me, and I will put it on my Instagram. Oh, Hittite text about Troy. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to look it up. Is that Wilusa? Evidence from the Hittite records for the Trojan War from Archaeology magazine, which is a pretty decent source. Yeah, because I thought I was, like, it popped up in my news feed, and I was like, oh, I could put this on Archaeology News, but it turns out it wasn't, like, a recent discovery, like, which is always kind of, because obviously in archaeology, like, things aren't quote-unquote recent discoveries a lot of the time. It's like, we've published something that we actually found, like, 4 years ago, so discoveries don't tend to get announced exactly when they happen, but I did think it was quite cool. Is that what they're talking about? Where's this from? That's from 2004, so that is not recent. Luwian songs on the fall of the Trojan War. That is the article that I'm looking for. Okay, does anybody? I'll just pull this up on the chat and we can skim it together, or we can read it together. I'm really bad for being a skimmer sometimes on these kinds of things. It's about a thingy bomb. Yes, okay. Trojan War, one of the most famous, yada yada yada. New discovery has emerged from the archives of Hittite texts, shaking the foundations of what we perceive about this legendary conflict. A newly deciphered tablet offers what could be one of the most tantalizing connections between Bronze Age Anatolia and the epic tradition that culminated in Homer's Iliad. Yes, okay. According to... I'm going to presume we all know the basics of the Trojan War. I don't really need to go over that. So the Hittite Empire would have dominated Anatolia, so modern-day Turkey, much of Anatolia during the traditional date that we've been assigned for the Trojan War. And so they're trying to find reference of it because the Hittites like to write things down. Mention of a nation called Ahiyawa, which I'm probably wildly mispronouncing, which we think means the Greek, or references the Greeks, as they suggest that they were a powerful nation to the west of the empire, probably Mycenaean Greece. One of the most documents is the Tawagalloa letter. Refers to a conflict involving Walusa, which people think is Ilios, which is another name for Troy, and says, the king of Hatti has persuaded me about the matter of the land Walusa, concerning which he and I were hostile to one another, and we have made peace. Evidence of a conflict between the Hittites and the Greeks over Troy, and people see it as comfort. However, it doesn't use the Hittite word for war. It just refers to general hostilities. And the recent discovery adds a new layer because it reinforces, but also provides unprecedented literary fragment that suggests a native Luwian is the language of the Hittites, poetic tradition dealing with the fall of Troy existed centuries before Homer. It recounts a royal correspondence between a Hittite monarch, and Pariyamua, likely a regional king or vassal from Tarusha, which we think is Troy. References a known figure and his sons attacking Tarusha, and aligns with early accounts where this person is depicted as a former Achaean or Greek leader. So what's particularly striking is the inclusion of a Luwian poetic fragment towards the end of the tablet, which appears to describe the fall of Troy, which bears a remarkable resemblance to the famous opening of Homer's Iliad, Sing Goddess, the Wrath of Achilles. But what's the poetic line? That's annoying. I think they... Oh, okay, it's right here. The Wrath, O Goddess, Sing. So there we go. Potential connection. Yeah. That is like such a crumb. That is such a needle in a haystack of like references to make those connections, which is crazy. I also think it's really interesting because I think it's something that I'm going to be covering in the next Archaeology news. Is the advancement that AI is allowing us to make potentially with deciphering ancient texts. They're talking about Latin. That was the thing that's kind of come to the news this month. But like cuneiform tablets, if they can build a language model, which I actually think I reported on somebody trying to do that a while ago, but then I've had no update since. Like, building a language model to decipher cuneiform texts would be like all the cuneiform texts that we have. If we can 3D scan them and put them somewhere, that would be the amount of knowledge that I think we would uncover would be crazy. Is there mention of a giant horse? No, there's literally, the connection is potential mentions of the same person and a similar line. So the Iliad starts, Sing Goddess, the Wrath of Achilles, and the Luwian poem goes, the Wrath, O Goddess, Sing. And it mentions this guy, Atarshia, which, I mean, Agamemnon also begins with an A. That's a really tenuous link. But it was actually interesting. I think it was on Flint's Ask an Archaeologist Day live stream. And it also mentions the Thing in Luwian, the destruction of Steep Volusia, which is Troy, that he was talking about how, Troy, as far as we know, is like a myth. Homer is the person who wrote it down first, and it's been dated to 1200, I think, based on that, but it was an oral tradition long before he wrote it down. So, we really don't know exactly where it originated, and how much of it obviously actually happened and how much of it is myth, and made up. But yes, there is no mention of the giant horse, unfortunately, and there has been no archaeological evidence at the Troy at the site of Hisalark, of a wooden horse that's been found, which is unfortunate because it would be cool. Okay, I think that's everything for tonight. We will be back this weekend on Sunday for a premiere. Archaeology news for August is going out. I had a break. I had a holiday at the beginning of July, and my views were way down because I didn't do archaeology news. So I'm hoping that having 2 archaeology news videos, one after the other, is going to give me a nice big bump to start August off. Another video that I have maybe lined up this month, I'm thinking is going to be centered around Cleopatra, because August is actually the anniversary of her death. She died on either the 10th or 11th of August, 2050 years ago, roughly, give or take. I've recently read a book, and it's given me an idea for a video focusing on Cleopatra's, which I'm hoping people will like, but I have to write it, script it, and film it first, so I won't tell you too much about it. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate you all being here and showing up. I always really enjoy these little chats that we have. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and do anything and everything to help me promote the channel. Every little bit helps. I appreciate anything you guys can do to help me keep on trucking. Maybe we can get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I think that's a stretch. I think I'll be somewhere in the mid-40s by the end of the year. 50,000 would be great, but we'll see. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I hope to see you I hope to see you this weekend. I hope you have a good week on my next adventure inside archaeology, and then Tomb Raider live stream after. So yeah, thanks guys. Have a good week. Bye bye.